Hello, I am Wanda from Prospects, and I'm here today with Joshua Fletcher. Josh was once diagnosed with crippling anxiety. However, he overcame this to become one of the UK's most recognised anxiety specialists. He's a fully qualified psychotherapist, but he's also published three best-selling books, and he hosts the popular Panic Pod podcast, which lets other people know exactly how they can manage their panic. Josh, I am so happy to have you here with me today. Thank you for coming. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about your career so far?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on, Wanda. Yes, my career's doing really well. Never thought in the midst of crippling anxiety and panic attacks and agoraphobia and OCD and intrusive thoughts and health anxiety and depression would I get to a stage where, I managed to turn it into a strength and to help others and end up in a profession that I really enjoy, and I love coming to work every day. I love working with people online. I love writing books. I love doing podcasts. I love creating courses. So yeah, I came from struggling a lot with anxiety to almost championing it and educating lots of people. And yeah,
Yes.
happy to say I've come this far.
Yes, you should be so proud of yourself, as that is truly a wonderful thing to be able to say. You can now help others. Um, when did you know that you wanted to work within mental health?
Um, I used to be a teacher and I really enjoyed teaching. Part of my recovery from anxiety disorder and depression was to learn about it, psychoeducation, learn about the biomechanics of the brain and the body and how the mind works, and also just kind of into counseling psychology too, which is what I did my master's in, and combining them both. And so I took my love for teaching and took it into a sector that I was really passionate about. I really enjoy teaching, but I really enjoy teaching people about anxiety disorders, and a lot of what I do is psychoeducation, so people can empower themselves to overcome anxious conditions as opposed to more conventional associations with therapy about where we lie on a sofa and talk about mum and dad. No, it's I find that they're learning about anxiety, and particularly for me, was so important in overcoming it.
For sure. What would you say the biggest challenge you've faced in your career has been?
The biggest challenge for me was dealing, and it's going to sound quite smug, but dealing with the success of of a lot. My books and my social media's done really well, and with that comes a lot of attention now. Dealing with how kind of overwhelming that can be.
That's certainly
Um,
a challenge for
to
someone
the point where
struggling with anxiety.
yeah, to the point where I go back to therapy just to help talk about it, because whether it's it comes with pressure, and I think my personality, I've had to kind of factor that in and look after it. Biggest challenge as well was another big challenge was believing I could do it, making the decision to commit to doing a master's and really committing to what I wanted to do. I left a very conventionally safe profession in the public sector as a teacher to go private and do what I do, and I don't regret it at all. I love what I do.
Well, congratulations for making it this far. You really have outdone yourself, honestly. It's a very successful venture for sure.
Thank you.
And like on that note, what would you say you're most proud of in your career?
Um, I'm most proud of cheesy answer. I'm most proud of my clients and people who listen to my words and take my work seriously and then apply that. And there's a huge sense of pride when I see people that have done the work and they're thriving. So obviously there's a bit of pride for myself for doing that. I'm not going to lie, but actually most of the pride goes to, wow, I'm really proud of people that could do that too. And just the whole topic of it, I'm really proud of it. Also, just yeah, just being able to put my mind on paper and it to help people, I think it's really, you know, I'm proud of it. Yeah, I should probably remind myself more. I'm always one of those people that's what's the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and no, I should probably look back and appreciate what I've done, and other people should do that too. Remind themselves how far they've come.
Yes, definitely. Do you have any advice for maybe current students or people in university who might want to pursue a career in mental health care?
Yeah, I'd look at kind of ask yourself why you want to get into it. I got into it because I often tell people, you know, I want to be the therapist that wasn't there for me, and
Mm.
that kind of inspires my work. Um, Look at what you want to do within mental health. What do you think that you can offer? What would you like to learn to offer and commit to it? You always need extra people in mental health. You know, definitely psychotherapists as well and counselors, particularly those in the CBT and cognitive behavioral sciences. Yeah, and you can I can just go for it. Never short of people that need help there, and it's a very rewarding profession, demanding as well, but very rewarding at the same time. And yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd ever do anything else.
No. How about for students who maybe want to look after their own mental health as we start this new crazy academic year in such a strange climate? What is your number one anxiety tip?
Anxiety tip. For me, I always talk about boundaries. Make sure your personal boundaries are, you know, where they are. So your personal boundaries in the sense that, you know, you don't take things too far yourself, but also don't let people step over into your boundaries either. It's okay to say no to some things. It's okay to leave certain things. It's okay not to cave into certain pressures, whether it's academically or in your personal life. Um, that, because if those boundaries aren't in place, that's when stress can accumulate and then we can start to develop anxiety and depression. I really love talking about boundaries. And I mean, we always talk about self-care, but define what self-care is for you. It doesn't have to, you know, you don't have to be doing yoga, drinking smoothies. Self-care for me is, you know what, I'm not going to do anything this evening. I'm just going to sit and play my Nintendo because that's helpful for me to calm down and de-stress. So yeah, it's boundaries and self-care, but defining what they are, I think is really important.
Hmm. Where can people find your resources going forward if they want to find out more about you and what you do and maybe some more tips?
Yeah, so loads of free detail. I'm called Anxiety Josh on social media, most active on Instagram. My name's Joshua Fletcher. You can look me up on Google, and you'll have my books there, and they're on Amazon and things like that. Or if you want a free resource, I've got the Panic Pod podcast, which is what I co-host with linguist and musician Ella Jean. And yeah, it's you can find me there too. Yeah, there's an abundance of things that you can find. I'm most active on Instagram though, so if you're on there, you can come check out. I go live and do Q&As and things on there too.
Do you happen to have some interesting books that people could buy from you?
Well, yes, I do. Funnily enough, my latest book, Untangle Your Anxiety, is currently a bestseller in the UK, the US, Canada, the United Arab Emirates, and another country I can't remember. And I've got a new book coming out soon called Untangle Your Intrusive Thoughts. It'll be part of the Untangle series. And I've got two older books that still do well: Anxiety Panicking About Panic and Anxiety Practical About Panic. Yeah, and you can go check them out too. They're, you know, people seem to like them.
I
Cool.
would highly recommend some really good things in there. Well, Josh, thank you so much for speaking with us today. And to everyone watching, if you're looking for any more resources about career or mental health, you can always visit the Prospects website, www.prospects.ac.uk, for some more career advice, tips, and of course, all of Josh's pages, which will be linked everywhere that I can link them. But thank you so much for
Thank you.
watching, and I hope you have a great day.